sisters, it is Olivia Grace, and I am back with another video. I'm trying to get this out the camera, but whatever. Okay, I am back with another video, you guys, and today I'm just coming live because I just wanted to talk to you guys. And what I want to do is kind of like a card pull, like a pick a card, but we're gonna do it out of Neville Goddard's complete reader. So I'm gonna wait till people come on here to like explain how we're gonna do this. But yeah, so I am also going to be starting a SP group coaching for the month of July. So you guys are, if you guys are interested, then hi Lyric. If you guys are interested, then please email me and I can give you your information to, hi Esros. I can give you more information on how to join. Oh, hi Remedy, thank you, beautiful. I'm happy I saved you. So you guys, my crew, y'all are here. Let me tell y'all what I'm doing. So you guys, you guys tell me a number 1 through 535. And once you tell me that, I'm going to have you pick another number, and I'm going to read a passage out of Neville's complete reader, and we're going to see what advice the ethers has for you. Okay, so anybody go first and we can start there, and I'll give you guys an explanation. Okay, page 6, Lyric, you're first. Okay, let me see. Okay, ooh, good one. All right, so we're page 6 now. Pick a number 1 through 4, Lyric. And we are reading out of At Your Command. So this is a really good one, Lyric, that you picked. Okay, you guys are gonna be next, Remedy and Maya, okay? Lyric, you pick just another number 1 through 4. 3, okay. All right. When the Bible is read in this light, you will find it to be the greatest scientific book ever written. Instead of looking upon the Bible as a historical record of an ancient civilization or the biography of the unusual life of Jesus, see it as a great psychological drama taking place in the consciousness of man. Claim it as your own, and you will suddenly transform your world from the barren deserts of Egypt to the promised land of Canaan. So, okay, Neville is talking about reading the Bible as a, like an allegory, or as not necessarily like a story of events, but reading it as movements through consciousness, which is a lot of what Neville focuses on. So maybe that's a sign for you to look into that, Lyric. I don't know. I don't know how much you are knowing about Neville. Okay, Remedy, you picked number 9. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 through 6 to pick. But I want to start, I started doing some Neville readings before, you guys, and I want to do more because I feel like a lot of people shy away from Neville. And I know because he talks how he talks, but it's still, it's like fundamental to the law of assumption, the things that he's talking about, right? So I definitely suggest you guys check that out. Hi, Sonia. Okay, 6. Here we go. All right. You are told, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all things shall be added unto you. Get first the consciousness of the things that you are seeking, and leave the things alone. This is what is meant by ye shall decree a thing, and it shall come to pass. Okay? This is a good one. Maya, go ahead and type, hold on, before I explain that, because I want to go into detail with that for you, Remedy. But Maya, let me see what number you have to pick through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. So you have 1 through 5. Maya, pick a second number. But yes, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all things shall be added unto you. Okay, this is deep, you guys, okay? Because Remedy, what he's saying, even in the second part, get first the consciousness of the things that you are seeking and leave the things alone. He's talking about basically deciding and really getting into the state, getting into the energy of having what you want, right? But also, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, right? The kingdom of heaven is consciousness, right? It's consciousness. So when you're knowing that consciousness is, imagination is God, right? Imagination is you as a human are God in action, right? All other things are being added to you. When you know yourself as God, then that is why, you guys, like, and I've been thinking about making a video about that, because I used to talk about that a lot, but it really is so fundamental to being able to manifest, not even being able to manifest, but being able to manifest things that seem impossible, that seem difficult, is really knowing that I'm the God of my reality. Of course I can, right? So, okay, 4. Let's see what we have for you, Maya. Okay. This is a good one too. If you would catch that which is beyond your present capacity, you must launch out into deeper waters. For within your present consciousness, such fish or desires cannot swim. To launch out into deeper waters, you leave behind you all that is now your present problem or limitation by taking your attention away from it. Turn your back completely upon every problem and limitation that you now possess. This is a really good one, okay? He's talking about, in the first part, he's talking about your consciousness, right? Your current state, your current self-concept, right? Which is the product. Like this is the cause of your current circumstances, of your present whatever is going on, right? To go out into deeper waters and leave behind everything, every problem and limitation, right? Taking your attention away from what's in front of you and turning your back completely to every problem and limitation. That is a really, really good one, right? Rejecting the 3D. It's a really, really important part that I feel like is not really talked about a lot, but being able to not even necessarily ignore it, because some people, like sometimes it can be hard to ignore it, but to reject that is not my experience. Hi, T in all caps. We're doing book pulls from the Neville readers. So T in all caps, if you want, you can comment a page 1 through 535 and I will pull a passage for you. That's so funny, Maya. Yeah, it's confirmation. It's confirmation. So yes, really good stuff. This is a really good, I have this in my bio, you guys, that you guys can go and get. But it's really, really good. So yeah, I don't know. It's not too many of you guys hopping on here because I know I'm not really talking about like what I usually talk about. But I can just give you guys, let's just read some. Or if you guys have any questions or whatever either, let me know. This one was really good. Awakened Imagination in the Search. That one was really, really good. Maybe I'll look in here and see. 257. Okay, T in all caps. Now you're gonna pick another number. I'm gonna give you a number in 1 second. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Now pick a number 1 through 4. T in all caps. How to ignore the 3D. I'm gonna answer that next, Remedy. And a secret channel. Hey, I'm so glad that you're having huge epiphanies. I love that. Okay, 3. Divine Mystic Tarot. I'm gonna do your pull after I answer Remedy's question, okay? Okay, 3. All right, nothing appears or continues in being by a power of its own. Events happen because comparatively stable imaginal acts created them, and they continue in being only as long as they receive such support. The secret of imagining, writes Douglas Fawcett, is the greatest of all problems to the solution of which the mystic aspires. Supreme power, supreme wisdom, supreme delight lie in the far-off solution of this mystery. Okay, so This is also a really good one. It seems, it's so funny, Remedy, that your question is, you know, how to ignore the 3D, because all three of these polls have been talking about basically that, like how to reject what's in front of you and know and come into being of what it is that you're choosing to create, right? So I love that. That is so awesome. Hi, Lavorsi. You're the dopest T in all caps. Okay, how do we ignore the 3D? This is a great question, right? And it's also fundamental to manifesting, right? Because, okay, and I'm gonna explain you guys how I do this, right? So, hi, Wanderer. Okay, so how I see the 3D is that I am knowing that it is my creation, right? So even in what Neville was just saying in this passage, right? He says nothing appears or continues in being by a power of its own, right? So these things, basically the way that I'm looking at 3D is that these things are the way that they are because I decided that. Whether I consciously decided that, unconsciously, subconsciously, whatever consciously, some way along the way, I know that this is my creation, right? So if I know that and I know how the mind works, I know, right? I'm not hoping, I'm not guessing, I'm knowing that what I say is what it is. What I believe and think is what it is, right? So if I know that, then for me, and I know that what's in front of me currently is a product of my past thoughts, right? Then to me, it just doesn't benefit me, right, to focus on that. It doesn't benefit me to worry about what's in front of me, right? Like, so that's how I'm looking at 3D. Like, yes, it's here, but I see it as changeable. That's really what I'm trying to get to. I see it as moldable, right? Like clay almost. Like when you see people creating vases, you know, or pottery, right? And they're molding the clay and they're molding the clay. If they were to mold it into a tower, and you know that's what they molded, it's like, well, how do I ignore this tower and create, you know, a bridge? It's not even so much about ignoring the tower, it's about knowing that this is moldable, it's changeable, and I have the power to change it. I have the ability, the power, like the tools, right, which is my imagination, to change it. So that's I'm intending that this makes sense, but that is the way that I'm looking at 3D. It's not so much that I, like if something hurtful is going on in 3D, or, you know, something I really don't like is going on in 3D, it's not that I'm just like, oh, and honestly, depending, sometimes I am like, no, it's not. You know, you guys know, if you guys know and y'all watch my stuff, y'all know I am definitely a one to mentally reject what I'm seeing, again, because I know that it has no consciousness of its own. It has no life of its own, right? I give it life, and I take its life away, right? By turning my attention away from it. So I'm knowing it doesn't benefit me to keep giving attention to it. It doesn't benefit me to keep accepting it as real. So whether that's me instantly, you know, rejecting it, or that's me, you know, just being like, okay, that's there, but I already know what I said. So I already know that I already know it's going to change. You know what I mean? So, all right. Okay. All right. Divine Mystic. Pick 28. So pick me another number. Hold on one second. Let's see. Okay, so 28 is a notes page, Divine Mystic. So pick another number, 1 through 535. Okay. Let me see. Okay, only needing to know my awareness created it. Yes. Okay, so, and really honestly, you guys, like a big helpful thing is stop seeing the world as so concrete, right? It's not as solid and like as it seems. It's not so it is what it is as it seems. You know what I'm saying? Like it's changeable. Okay, Divine Mystic 87. Let's see here. Okay. Now pick a number through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pick a number 1 through 6. Divine Mystic. But yeah, stop seeing reality as so concrete. That I feel like that understanding is what really helps me as well, is knowing that it's moldable, it's changeable. That's how I see everything. There, anything is possible, right? If everything is stemming from my imagination, then anything is possible, right? So, like 3. Okay, divine. Okay, here we go. All right. The first time I awoke the fires within me, I thought my head would explode. There was an intense vibration at the base of my skull, then sudden oblivion of all. Then I found myself clothed in a garment of light and attached by a silvery elastic cord to the slumbering body on the bed. So exalted were my feelings. I felt related to the stars. In this garment, I roamed spheres more familiar than earth, but found that, as on earth, conditions were molded in harmony with my nature. Self-begotten fantasy, I hear you say, no more so than the things of earth. Okay, so this is kind of that, hi Alicia. This is kind of that, and Jacha, I'm about to get yours next, actually. But this is that weird way that Neville likes to talk. I mean, I won't even say it's weird. It's just he's mystical, but it sounds like he's explaining one of his mystical experiences. But I feel like the part that stands out to me is as on earth, conditions were molded in harmony with my nature. Okay, so what you are is what's expressing, right? Yeah, you are in the game, Jacha. So hold on, you picked page 50, so I'm gonna go for you guys that are here, because I didn't even tell you guys. You guys can pick a number. I am going to go to that page within the Neville Complete Reader, and then I'll tell you pick another number, and I'll choose which paragraph that I'm going to read for you. Okay, so Jacha, go ahead and pick another number 1 through, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 through 4. Okay. All right, let's see here. I'm into Christianity too, so it's very difficult sometimes. I totally get that, Alicia. But I would suggest look into Neville. Like, Neville teaches from the Bible. Joseph Murphy teaches from the Bible. Neville actually considers himself a Christian, even though like his family, like his brothers, were more traditional Christians, but he was like, you know, even though they wouldn't consider me the same type of Christian that they are, but he associates himself with Christianity. But they both teach out, even Florence Scovel Shinn, a lot of Reverend Ike, he's literally a preacher. A lot of people, because manifestation is in the Bible. Like, Jesus was literally the most masterful manifester of them all. Like, literally, he's showing you. And I want to say this right now, you know, because like, understand that Jesus could do all that he could do because of his self-concept, okay? Jesus' self-concept was not that I'm a man, I'm a carpenter. Jesus' self-concept was I am God incarnated. And Jesus was so aware of that, right? There's different levels to that awareness, right? So you can become aware of that and say, oh, okay, well then, you know, I'm gonna, you know, cancel my work meeting tomorrow. You can become aware of the God of your reality and say, oh, okay, I'm going to manifest, you know, my SP, you know, you can come into awareness of that and say, you know, do all the stuff that Neville's doing, travel within worlds, right? It's just about your level. But Jesus was at the highest level of knowing. He was at the highest level of being informed and knowing yourself as God, right? Simultaneously. So find something that really resonates with you, Alicia. Okay. Jacha. 3. Okay. Yes, you can pick 7. The oh yeah, so the game. I think I was explaining that. 1 through 535. Pick a number 1 through 535. When you pick, I'm going to have you pick another number so that I can select a paragraph for you, okay? All right, Jacha. What you picked? Number 50. And you said 3. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Perfect. All right, here is a practical application of this theory. A year ago, a blind girl living in the city of San Francisco found herself confronted with a transportation problem. A rerouting of buses forced her to make 3 transfers between her home and her office. This lengthened her trip from 15 minutes to 2 hours and 15 minutes. She thought seriously about this problem and came to the decision that a car was the solution. She knew that she could not drive a car, but felt that she could be driven in one. Putting this theory to test, that whenever the actions of the inner self correspond to the actions of with the outer physical self must take to appease that desire will be realized. She said to herself, I will sit here and imagine I'm being driven to the office. Okay? So okay, so this is actually a success story, and I'm going to explain what actually happened with this, okay? So basically, this girl, she's blind, and she needs, like, a ride to get to her doctor's appointments and stuff like that. Or is it, like, school or class or something like that. And obviously, she can't drive, but what she does is she imagines herself being driven. Actually, you know what? I am going to read it, okay? Because it's a really good Neville story, and I've never told it before. All right. Sitting in her living room, she began to imagine herself seated in a car. She felt the rhythm of the motor. She imagined that she smelled the odor of gasoline. She felt the motion of the car, touched the sleeve of the driver, and felt that the driver was a man. She felt the car stop and, turning to her companion, said, "Thank you very much, sir." To which he replied, "The pleasure is all mine." I'm going to pause right here, you guys. Do you see what she did? She came up with her desire. She's blind. There's no absolute way that she's going to drive herself where she wants to go. But she figures, I can be driven. So what does she do? She doesn't put an ad on in the paper. She doesn't phone up her uncle. She goes in her imagination and imagines herself being driven. But pay attention to how she did it, you guys. She included all the sensory vividness of the experience of riding in a car, okay? This is key in really impressing your subconscious mind quickly, okay? Is including and making it as real as possible, okay? So that was her scene that I just explained. Then she stepped from the car and heard the door snap as she closed it. She told me that she centered her imagination on being in a car and, although blind, viewed the city from her imaginary ride. She did not think of the ride. She thought from the ride and all that it implied. This controlled and subjectively directed purposive ride raised her imagination to its full potency. She kept her purpose ever before her, knowing there was cohesion and purposive inner movement. In these mental journeys, an emotional continuity must be sustained. The emotion of fulfilled desire. Expectancy and desire were so intensely joined that they passed at once from a mental state into a physical act, okay? The inner self moves along the predetermined course best when the emotions collaborate. The inner self must be fired, and it is best fired by the thought of great deeds and personal gain. We must take pleasure in our actions. On 2 successive days, the blind girl took her imaginary ride, giving it all the joy and sensory vividness of reality. A few hours later, her second imaginary ride, a friend told her of a story in the evening paper. It was a story of a man who was interested in the blind. The blind girl phoned him and stated her problem. The very next day on his way home, he stopped in at a bar. While there, had the urge to tell the story of a blind girl to his friend, the proprietor. A total stranger, on hearing the story, volunteered to drive the blind girl home every day. The man who told the story then said, "If you will take her home, I will take her to work." This was over a year ago, and since that day, this blind girl has been driven to and from her office by these 2 gentlemen. Now, instead of spending 2 hours and 15 minutes on 3 buses, she is at her office in less than 15 minutes. And on that first ride to her office, she turned to her Good Samaritan and said, "Thank you very much, sir." And he replied, "The pleasure is all mine." So her scene played out exactly like that, in a way that she couldn't know, right? Her friend comes and tells her, "Oh, there's this person." He goes and meets some random dude at a bar who says, "Oh yeah, well, I'll take her home if you take her." Like, come on, you guys. Like, how does this stuff happen? It happens because it's your reality. Your reality is going to make everything move. One thing I like thinking about that Neville has said is, if 100 men need to move to make your desire possible and make your desire real, they will move, okay? If 100 men need to move, 1,000,000 men need to move, they will, okay? You're just that powerful, okay? All right, let's see who's next. I have a question about robotic affirming. Do I affirm until I experience it in the 3D or until I'm sure I will experience it? I'm sure within spirit I will know, right? Okay, great question, T in all caps. So I would say it doesn't necessarily matter. I would say it depends kind of like what's the state you're in when you're affirming. If when you're affirming, you're feeling amazing, you're feeling like, oh my God, then keep doing it. If when you're affirming, if you find that when like you find yourself in the Sabbath, basically, you find yourself in the state of, I don't need to do anything else, excuse me, you guys. I don't need to do anything else. It's done, you know? And then you affirm because that like, if your affirming is coming from that last piece of doubt, like, no, it's not, like, I need to do this to make it happen. Like if affirming is taking you out of the state of having, then don't do it. If when you're affirming, you're feeling still drenched in the state and you're just loving it and it feels good, then keep doing it. Okay. Okay. Hi, sweet angel. You're the sweetest, Alicia. Which book is it? Should I get my book out and read along? So this is Neville's Complete Reader, you guys. I have the link in my description for you guys to go and buy it. Okay. Oh, cute cat in a box. Okay, Karina. I don't know if you're still here, but hey, Jacarius. Those of you guys that have just popped on, you guys can comment a page. I will flip to that page, numbers 1 through 535. And then I will pick a paragraph. I'll give you another number to pick through and give you a message for you from Neville, from the universe, from whatever. All right. So Karina, if you're still here, you picked page 9. So I'm going to go there. Oh my gosh, I missed so much. Okay. So let me see. Okay. Okay, Karina. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pick a number 1 through 6. In the meantime, I'm going to answer the next question here, okay? Hi, Seeded Fruit. Hi, I'm a unicorn. Yes, you can pick 7 and you'll be next, okay? So just stay on here if you're here, unicorn. Hi, Helena. Let's see. Jesus also told the people ye are gods. Christians never want to talk about that word. It's absolutely true, you guys. Literally says we're made in God's image. Absolutely. So I think I told you my struggle is that I think a warlock cursed me. And so I think about, is all the mean things that I said to him, but am I manifesting that he put a curse on you? Okay, listen to this, you guys. All right? You're manifesting everything, okay? So there is nothing, this is what Neville was saying in that passage that I read, where it said there's nothing exists of itself, right? Everything exists in your imagination because of your imagination. That's it. So if you believe that this warlock has power, you're basically giving your God power to this warlock. You're saying that this person can infringe on my reality, right? This is what we're doing when we give anybody power outside of ourselves. This person is more powerful than me in my reality. And the only way that that's possible is if you say that that's possible. That's how powerful you are. You are so limitless that you can build an imaginary cage and a lock and throw the key away and be stuck, right? But you are still the builder of that. In the same way that you created that, you can abracadabra it away, right? What's a warlock to a god, right? Okay, let's see. Are we here? Karina, 6. Okay. All right, Karina. Oh, my phone's dying, guys. Karina, I forgot what. Oh, 9. Okay, 9 and 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Oh, this was actually, oh my God, that's weird, y'all. This is literally exactly what somebody else picked earlier. But I guess we need to hear it again. You are told, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and all things shall be added unto you. Get first the consciousness of the things that you are seeking and leave things alone. This is what is meant by ye shall decree a thing and it shall come to pass. Okay, so a brief, other, whatever, another explanation of this again. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and all things shall be added unto you. Know yourself as God and everything will be easy for you to create, basically, okay? Get the consciousness of the things that you are seeking and leave the things alone. Have it here first. Have it here first, right? Don't worry about the 3D. Worry about having it here. Don't worry about what you have out here. Worry about what you have in here, okay? That is what is meant by ye shall decree a thing and it shall come to pass, okay? You're creating by decreeing a thing and it shall come to pass, okay? Okay. Let's see here. Who is next? Seeded fruit, 417. Okay. Okay, seeded fruit, 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 3. Pick a number 1 through 3, seeded fruit. Yes. Jacarius, did you hear what I said? What's funny is I was just imagining how I wanted a car and joined the live, and now look, I love that. Hi, Ivy. So I shouldn't be worried since we are in no contact now. No, you should not be worried, okay? And you should stop giving attention to that. You're not in no contact. Like, realize, y'all. Like, how can I explain this? Like, if I am drawing, like, I don't know, like if I'm drawing, do I have my pen and paper? Okay, let's say this, right? I'm an artist, right? And I'm drawing a flower, okay? And I'm like, oh, but, you know, I want this to be a human. I want it to be a person now, right? But me saying, but it's a flower, so let me just go ahead and keep putting petals on it. I would love if this was a flower, if this was a person, but let me add more details to my flower because it's not a person. Like, you know, if this was a person, I would be so happy, but it's not, it's a flower. So let me put some little background stuff. You're just adding on to what you don't want. Instead, be like, oh, it's a flower. I want it to be a person. So I'm going to start drawing eyes here. Okay. Oh, it's looking more like a person already. I'm going to draw a smile on there. I'm going to draw a little nose right there. You know what? I'm going to take these petals and make it a big skirt, right? This is what you're doing. This is what I'm doing mentally. I'm seeing what I am, but I'm reforming it, right? Fuck what it is. It is what you want it to be. It is what you say. No, it's not what you want it to be. It is what you say it is. Okay. All right. Where was I at? 417. Are you still here? Let me go down. Seeded fruit. Not here. Okay, let me make you a moderator, Jacarius. Thank you. Oh, you're there. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, cool. Okay, 3 seeded fruit. 417, 3. All right. The interview took place on Thursday. At 9 o'clock the following Saturday morning, she phoned me from her home in the country, excited and happy. She told me that on Thursday night, she had fallen asleep, actually imagining and feeling that she was sleeping in her other bed in her country home, many, many miles away from the city apartment she was occupying. On Friday, the very next day, a highly desirable tenant, one who met all her requirements as a responsible person, not only rented the apartment, but rented it on the condition that he could move in that very day. Okay, so this is another success story of somebody who was basically manifesting to rent her apartment out. But I'm not going to read the whole story, but what I will say is this is a technique that's not really talked about that you guys can try, which is to sleep as if you're sleeping in a place that you want to sleep in. So let's say, for instance, like you want to move in with your SP, right? And you know what his room is like. So when you're going to bed, I want you to feel and imagine yourself as if you're in his bed, right? Or he's in your bed, whatever. But it's either like transport yourself mentally into the feeling of, like, what does his bed feel like? What does his sheets feel like? You know, like I did this when I was manifesting me and my SP to go to Vegas, right? I know what my carpet feels like, and I know the difference between the carpet that I have and the carpet that hotels have. I know what my view is out my window. I know the difference between my view and the view of the Las Vegas Strip. I know what my sheets feel like, and I know the difference between that and the hotel sheets. So that's another thing. Mentally place yourself in another place, okay? All right. I'm so glad that I missed the drama, I guess, because I'm like so far up. Hi, Judy. Thank you for always saying that. Okay, Ileana, you're up if you're still here. 17. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 through 6, Eliana. Okay, I'm actually doing a Neville saturation, and I started Tuesday, and yesterday I got a promotion at a job I've been at for 2 weeks. I fucking love that. Congratulations, Judy. You deserve it. You're always coming in here spreading love. You deserve all the love, the money, the abundance, the promotions, everything, okay? Let me see here. What is your advice for someone who is trying to heal something physical with difficult to believe but still do the work? Sometimes it's hard to believe because of the 3D. Affirmations to help with this. Okay, must be joking. All right, when something is, especially something like illness, right? I highly suggest SATs, you guys, because SATs is impressing. Like when you are affirming, you guys, your conscious mind is listening. So your conscious mind is able to say, no, it's not. No, it didn't. That's not true. Like, right? So you're kind of fighting against, which affirmations still work. Of course, we all know that. But what I would first suggest is to go into SATs and see yourself healed. See yourself doing something that would imply that you're healed, like skateboarding or something. You know what I'm saying? You're not skateboarding if you're sick. Feel yourself. Feel the rumble under your feet. Feel the air and the wind passing you. Make a vivid scene of you being healed, right? And loop that as you fall to sleep. I love this because there's not so much pushback when you're just imagining, right? When you're affirming, there's pushback. Now, as far as affirming, what I would say is something that is like, I'm getting better and better every day, right? Again, when you say, I'm healed, I'm completely healthy, your body can reject, or not your body, your mind can reject that. No, I'm not, and it depends, right? Because again, all this has to do with your level of consciousness. When you're in a high level of consciousness, it's easy for you to go from 0 to 100 because you know that it's an option, right? I can go from 0 to 100, but when you're struggling with 3D, you want to kind of work with that, right? I'm healing every day. I'm feeling better and better every single day. I am seeing results in 3D. That's another thing. Affirm against 3D. If 3D is showing you what you don't want, affirm that it is. It is showing me. I'm seeing results every single day. 3D is always showing me what I want. Every score, every test that I get back is coming back better and better and better. Okay. 17, and are you still here? Oh, I'm a unicorn. Did I skip you? I don't see, who am I even, you guys? Ileana, right, you're not here. Okay. Helena, are you still here? Hi, Althea. Wait, Elena, you're here. Just kidding. 5. Okay. Y'all are getting lost. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Tithing is necessary. You do tithe with God, but from now on, give to the only God and see to it that you give him the quality that you desire and express by claiming yourself to be the great, the wealthy, the loving, the all wise. Damn. Okay. Bars, Neville. Okay. Like, oh God, I had a rejector call. I don't know if you guys can even hear me now. Let me see. Can y'all hear me? You said 5. I'm so sorry, Eliana. Anyways, let me read that again. Okay. So tithing is necessary, and you do tithe with God. But from now on, give to the only God and see it that you are giving him the quality that you desire as man to express by claiming yourself to be the great, the wealthy, the loving, and the all wise. Okay. So he is saying to give to yourself the quality that you want. Decide, okay, that you are this version of yourself. You are the great, the wealthy, the loving, the all wise. I absolutely love that. Okay. Let's see here. Let me go back up. Okay, 413. Helena, are you still here? Let's see. Okay. 413. Okay. Okay, let's see. So pick a number, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, pick a number 1 through 3. see what else. What are y'all talking about over here? Oh, it's okay, Corinne. You couldn't know. That just means it was supposed to be like that. Don't worry about it at all. Hi, Shannon. Not you are out of here, idiot. I don't even know what happened, you guys. You know, it's okay. Don't tell me the tea. Just leave it out, you guys. I need to stop giving attention to bullshit. Ivy, you got this, bruh. You got this. Just try, y'all. I promise you, it's so simple. It's simple, you guys. It's simple, but it's the part of us that doesn't want to take our attention away. We're so used to being so real and concrete and what's in front of us. But fuck that. Like, and I'm telling you, you will realize that when you experience your own power, okay? Y'all, my phone's gonna die. But in good news though, I did just create a video of how to change your SP's behavior or anyone's behavior. And that's gonna be posted tomorrow. But my phone is gonna die, so I'm gonna do this as long as I can. Let's see, 2, okay. Okay. They thought the man was joking. However, this was not the case. The man explained that he had watched them for some time, admired their ability, believed in their integrity, and that supplying the capital for them to go into business on a large scale was an extremely sound investment for him. That very day, the property was theirs. What the son had persisted in and seeing in his imagination was a reality. The hunch of a stranger was more than justified. Okay, so this is a great another success story. Okay, so basically, this guy, I don't want to read it all, but he basically manifested someone buying him like a business, like literally like investing and buying him like this whole business. You know what I mean? Let's see. I want to read it. I'm going to read a little bit of it, okay? So one day as he stood gazing at the building in his imagination, he saw a completely different name on the huge sign across the entrance. Now the large letters spelled out his family name. In these case histories, actual names are not used for the sake of clarity. In this story, we will use hypothetical names and assume the son's family's name was Lardard. Why would they choose that name? But where the sign read F.N. Moth & Co. in imagination, he actually saw the name letter by letter, N. Lordod and Sons. He remained looking at the sign with his eyes wide open, imagining that it read N. Lordod and Sons. Twice a day, week after week, month after month, for 2 years, he saw his family name over the front of the building. He was convinced that if he felt strongly enough that a thing was true, it was bound to be the case. And by seeing in imagination his family name on the sign, which implied that they owned the business, he became convinced that one day he would own it. During this period, he only told one person what he was doing. He confided in his mother, who with loving concern tried to discourage him in order to protect him from what might be a great disappointment. Despite this, he persisted day after day. 2 years later, the large company failed and the coveted building was up for sale. On the day of the sale, he seemed no nearer to ownership than he had been 2 years before he began to apply the law of assumption. During this period, they had worked hard. Their customers had an implicit confidence in them. However, they had not earned anything like the amount of money required for the purchase of the property, nor did they have any source from which they could borrow the necessary capital. Making even more remote their chance of getting it was the fact that this was regarded as the most desirable property in the city, and a number of wealthy business people were prepared to buy it. On the actual day of the sale, to their complete surprise, a man, almost a total stranger, came into their shop and offered to buy the property for them. All right? So that was the part before, Helena, and I feel like this is perfect for you because you're so, you have such a beautiful, vast vision for yourself, and it just goes to show that nothing is too big. Y'all, this dude just came and bought him the whole building that he wanted from his imagination. There's so many points in here. His mom telling him, no, don't do it, okay? Realize that when your people are discouraging you, it's not because they don't love you, it's because they do love you and they don't want you to get hurt, right? It does sound like the story of Victor, right? This is the 3rd or 4th story of people getting literally handed, right, a whole business. It did happen to Neville's brother Victor, as Jacarius said. To this person, this is a whole, I don't think I've actually heard this story before. This is a whole different guy, right? And then It also happened to someone who, it was like a couple who wanted like an apartment building or something like that, and they wanted it for free, and they kept getting offered, like the person kept time, and they ended up just getting it completely for free. Okay, so really good one, Helena. Let's see. Okay, Judy, are you still here? Wait, Dracarius. 77, Dracarius. Okay, pick a 1 through 3. Actually, yeah, pick 1 through 3. But I will read the first part. It's from Ecclesiastes out the Bible. It says, "I am the beginning and the end. There is nothing to come and has not been. There is nothing to come that has not been and is." Okay, this is creation is finished. All right, it's all in existence now. Okay, Dracarius. 77. I know you picked a good one. 3. Okay. Think of the world as containing an infinite number of states of consciousness from which it could be viewed. Think of these states as rooms or mansions in the house of God. And like the rooms of any house, they are fixed relative to one another. But think of yourself, the real self, the imaginative you, as the living, moving occupant of God's house. Each room contains some of Los's sculptures with infinite plots and dramas and situations already worked out but not activated. They are activated as soon as human imagination enters and fuses with them. Each represents certain mental and emotional activities. To enter a state, man must consent to the feelings and ideas which it represents. These states represent an infinite number of possible mental transformations which man can experience. Okay, this is like perfect, Dracarius. I knew it. But yes, you guys, this is about what he's talking about, and all of this is creation is finished. Literally, that's what is at the bottom of the page right here. Creation is finished. Okay, so he's talking about like the many mansions quote. In my Father's house there's many mansions, right? There are many states, there are many realities. Again, right? This is what I'm talking about, you guys. When I'm talking about ignoring the 3D, when I'm talking about whatever you want, it's already in existence. It doesn't matter what it is, right? Because it doesn't matter if you're in the room with a piano and a trumpet and a saxophone, and you want to be in the room with the soccer ball and the football and the volleyball, right? It doesn't matter that you're surrounded by instruments when you want to be surrounded by sports equipment, right? You can't say, but instruments. You have to be able to mentally leave the room of instruments and enter the room of sports equipment, right? Oh, thank you, Helena. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Dracarius, you picked such a great one. I love that. All right, you guys. Okay, you guys, I'm a unicorn. I'm going to do yours, and then I'm going to read your other comments, you guys, and I'm going to, because my phone's going to die, so. Okay, I'm a unicorn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick 1 through 5, okay? Remedy, I'm so happy you're here. Okay. What's your advice to manifest specific money for today? So can't wait to sleep on it after Sats. Feel the feeling that you already received it. Decide that you already received it. Tell yourself that you received it yesterday and feel the feeling of it being complete. And also, I would definitely check out my collapse time video. Did I say parallel realities? I think it's the parallel reality video, because I talk about collapsing time and knowing that everything is instant, right? Really coming into that when you need something. That's the video I was supposed to make, as a time crunch video. Okay, let me shut up really quick before this dies. Okay, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Consciousness is the resurrecting power, resurrecting that which man is conscious of being. Man is ever out picturing that which he is conscious of being. This is the truth that makes man free. For man is always self-imprisoned or self-free. Ooh, what a great one to end it on. Yes, I'm a unicorn, okay? Consciousness is the resurrecting power. This is what I mean, you guys, when I say, I don't care what's in front of me, because I know that what my consciousness, my attention, my say-so, my energy is what is allowing it to be real, right? It's I'm out picturing what I believe that I am, what I'm conscious of being, right? If I'm conscious of knowing that I have this, I have it. If I'm conscious of knowing that I don't, then I don't. If I'm conscious of knowing that I'm trying and trying and trying, then I'm trying and trying and trying, okay? What are you conscious of being? Who are you conscious of being? And that's what's expressing, okay? That's what's expressing, right? The truth that makes man free, for man is always self-imprisoned or self-freed, right? Emancipate yourself from mental slavery, right? None but ourselves can free our mind. That's Bob Marley for y'all. But, or is that Ziggy? I don't know. But yeah, literally, you guys, that was great. I'm a unicorn. All right, y'all, let me just, first, actually, before I keep scrolling, let me just tell you guys, thank you. Thank you all for being here. Helena, thank you for your beautiful, amazing tip. Thank you all for your beautiful, amazing comments. I love you guys. You guys are the best people in the whole wide freaking world. The best, just everything. I'm intending right now that all of you guys receive wonderful surprises, receive everything that you want. Know that I'm affirming for your well-being, for the manifestations of your desires. I literally affirm that you guys get what you want, okay? That y'all shift watching my videos, that anyone who works with me, anybody who's watching me is getting what they want, okay? So just by you being here is working in your favor. I literally don't even have the time to read anything, you guys, because my phone's like gonna die. But I love you guys so much. Look out for the videos coming out tomorrow, and I will see you guys soon.